Talk Shit Radio. I'd like to welcome everybody and say hello and tell you what we're going to do here. The first thing we're going to try and do is keep everybody busy and entertained, because without you guys, I ain't got much of a show. So, first thing I want to start by saying is Talk Shit is a broadcast about exactly that. We're going to talk shit about everything that's in the news. We're going to talk shit about anything that we can get in front of us and that makes sense. Now, it's not meant to offend anybody, and if we do offend anybody, I'm very sorry. I apologize, but you know, it's what it is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with someone that I really don't want to give too much time with and publicity, simply because I don't know, I can't stand them. Justin Bieber. Guess he was arrested after this DUI. Now, if that doesn't tell you that this guy's a little punk, then I'm not sure what does. The one thing I find funny is his mugshot. I was looking at it the other day, and oh my God. I've been in that position before, and I've had a mugshot taken, and it's public knowledge. You can go look it up. I was never smiling, I have to say. Never once did I smile. Simply because it was not fun, nor was it funny. Sorry. Trying to read something. Went down to Papa Joe's restaurant the other day. Started filming and took my helicopter out. We have a aerial UAV that we send out and take some pictures with. But yeah, it was interesting because you know, the place was completely wiped out, and I didn't realize that place was the whole building. I'll be honest with you. The last time I was there, it was quite some time ago, and my wife and I, we ate dinner there, and I didn't particularly like it. You know, I mean, I'm sure things change over the years, but that's just my opinion, and here again, I'm just talking shit. You know what? There's definitely a few things going on today in this world, and that are definitely worthy about us talking shit about. And there are some things that are just better left unsaid. Some of your media outlets out there, I won't mention any of them, they'll just report everything and anything that they can get their hands on. That's how they get ratings. And that's what their show's about. Just to bring in the dollars. I don't have any advertisers. We don't bring any income in. This is all done, bought, paid for by myself. And, you know, we're hoping to expand the show and you know, bring more advertisers in and, you know, work with some of the other local news media outlets. One in particular that I'd like to mention right now, and this is going to be one of the main sources for the local headlines that do come in. All right. It's real news real fast. We're going to try and get Tom in here and get him on the show and tell us a little more about real news real fast, but I've been out in the field with Tom. Tom's a nice guy, and I like the way he reports his news. So that's basically where we're going to get most of the local headlines. And now, you know, speaking of local headlines, yesterday, top news was a woman injured after car collides with utility pole. That's nothing new there. You know, that's welcome to Florida, welcome to Spring Hill. It's home of the worst drivers in the world. That's all I got to say about that. And then, here we go, breaking news. Woman transported to the hospital from last month's shooting of Sean Moore. All right, now I know there was a few issues and comments made on this post here, and I gotta say, being in this business, there's a limited amount of information that becomes available to us. There's a certain amount of information that is withheld from us. So people have to understand that, we report the news as it becomes available. That doesn't always mean that, let me put this delicately, that doesn't always mean that we can be considerate of other people's feelings, other people's personal lives. And I'm myself and anybody else in the media is not excluded from that. And we'll get to that in other shows. But I just like to say that, it's a shame that what happened. Unfortunately, the family wasn't notified by the time the story came out, whatever the case may be. I don't want to get into too many details, but my point is we have no way of knowing when we have that information and we report it, whether anybody was notified, the family was notified, the information comes to us and we report it. We get it up there, we get it on the site. So, there's not much we can do about that. And some of it's tragic. I've been in situations where, hey, let's face it, I've seen some really gruesome things that have never made it on the news because of that reason. There's moral responsibilities that we do have, and for the most part, we try to stick to that. There's certain things that I won't even touch on. There's certain things that I'll jump all over, and that's what Talk Shit's all about. So I got a lot going on here. Let's click over to here. For those of you that are listening to us, I appreciate it, and those of you that are watching the podcast, I appreciate that as well. The podcast is a little bit of a limited thing here. We're gonna run the cameras a little bit, but that's mainly for our show, Talk Shit. We got Talk Shit Radio. That's primarily what we're doing. We're giving you a little sneak peek about what Talk Shit TV show is going to be like. The difference with Talk Shit Radio and Talk Shit TV is Talk Shit TV, obviously, you can watch us. Talk Shit Radio, you'll just be able to hear us. But we plan on bringing a lot more content to Talk Shit TV. All right, so moving on. Excuse me. I got in some headlines here. Bernie Madoff, he's recovering from a heart attack, suffering from kidney disease. Well, the damage that this man did to so many people's lives, let him rot. That's all I got to say. He took so many people's money. Me, personally, I didn't have that kind of money to invest, nor would I invest in something like that, but he ruined a lot of people's lives. So, Bernie, if you can hear this, and if you ever do get a chance to hear this, all I gotta say to that is, you suck. So, it looks like something about France. Let's see. You know what? Who cares about the French? Alright. Tampa Bay hires. There's a little bit of sports for you. Tampa Bay hires Lovie Smith as a head coach. I'm not too interested in sports anyway, so. Excuse me, I had a drink. A little bit of soda there. I don't really follow the football. The only reason I was following basketball is because my daughter started playing and I needed to learn what the heck she was doing. So, but apparently the French president and his wife are splitting up. Well, I don't know why that's a headline. I don't get that one. That's pretty much what's going on here in local news. The weather has been kind of crazy. I can touch on some weather there. The weather's been really ridiculous. It's the other day it was 30-something degrees, and getting some video from a friend of mine in New York of snow on the ground and just, it's supposed to snow in Jacksonville, Sunday night? That ought to be funny. Let's see if we can't get some video of that. with me, folks. It's our first first broadcast, so I'm working on it. Let's see. Spring Hill drivers, Florida drivers in general. Well, what is up with that? I mean, most of Florida, most of these people are from the north. I mean, did we really drive that bad up there and I just didn't realize it? Because I got to tell you, man, you know, anytime I go somewhere, it's like you really put your life on the line going out on these roads around here in Spring Hill. Spring Hill Drive and Mariner that join in when you make the left onto Spring Hill Drive and you head towards 19. Oh my God, those people do not realize that they have one lane when you're turning on from Mariner heading the opposite direction, coming towards County Line. Oh my God, those people, they just come right into your lane. I had some woman almost drive me right off the road. It was just unbelievable the way these people drive. I think they forget. And then, now, I don't know how anybody else feels, but, I mean, once you get to a certain age, I know I'm about 42 years old. Well, I say I'm about 42 years old. I'm 43. Who the hell am I kidding? You get to a certain point where your driving ain't what it used to be. Let's be honest. I mean, you just don't drive as good as you used to. And, let's face it, you should be retested. There should be some kind of driving test. You should have to retake something. I mean, just been in the DMV a few times where, you know, you see these people, they lean down to take the vision test, and oh my God, they don't get none of it right. And then, you know, the woman behind the counter, she just feels bad for them and says, well, can you read the next line? And, you know, I mean, oh, that scares me, you know. It really, really scares me. I have a daughter that's out there driving now, and oh my God. So, well, back to Justin Bieber. I know I don't want to, I keep saying this and I don't want to talk too much about it, but I really think that the kid should be locked up. He should have a taste of what it's like, and that'll definitely put an end to the antics. I mean, you know, that's it. His fans, I'm sorry, you know, I never liked the kid from the beginning. He's an artist, I guess. Here again, this is just my opinion, and that's why the show is called Talk Shit. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it. What's so special? I think, you know, anyone in that position deserves the same punishment that you and I would get. If someone you knew driving down the road tomorrow got a DUI, the consequences would be way different. You know, they wouldn't be going to a spa for rehab, getting massages and pinpricked, and no, you'd be going to jail. But anyway, I don't know if anybody follows anything like this, but Gmail went down a couple days ago. There was something like 425 million users that could not access their Gmail accounts or their bloggers. Now, for those of you that don't follow this, it really doesn't matter. But for those that do follow it, you can understand what type of a problem this poses, especially for those who run their business off of the blogger. I've never used, well, we've used it before, but I've never liked it. It's just too much to do to share things and stuff like that. So we'll just type it up there directly. But yeah, it was. I guess it was on Friday, and it happened early Friday, and then went on till about 2 p.m. Excuse me. But if you think about it, 425 million users. That's a lot of emails that didn't get delivered. Just some amazing things going on in the news today. All right, let's talk about a few other things here. First thing I want to talk about is what's going on in cannabis news. There's debate after debate after debate. There's polls. There's so much information available now on the internet that is now, documented, and this is information that we really never had before. And I want to clarify again that I'm not very educated on things of politics and science when it comes to all of these cures and all of that. Is all based on opinion. As we go along, the show will get better and better. We'll have a co-host that's going to be coming in, who's going to engage with me. He's quite a character. I think you guys will enjoy him. His opinions are just as off the wall as myself. Right now, I'm being very reserved, so he should bring the best out in me. Back to cannabis news. What I was saying was, the information we have now that's available, and just what's going on out west. And for those of you that are listening, that are sitting out west, and hopefully there are some that are sitting out west listening, we are out west. Well, I'm in the east. We're down here in Florida, Central Florida. So, what's going on out there? Just, let's not even talk about the money. Let's not even talk about the taxes, the revenue. What I want to talk about is the medical benefits. My wife brought up a video to my attention the other day on CNN, I believe it was, about a little girl who was having, I forgot, it was a couple days ago, I got to say, and so much has happened since then, but she was having somewhere in the lines of 300 seizures a day. Could you imagine? I have 2 daughters, and 300 seizures a day. We're watching this video, and I'm looking at my wife, and I'm ready to burst out in tears. It was just the most amazing thing, because here you are, you relate to it. You can relate, and that, I guess that's where we were at. And then the father, who is a soldier, and who would, normally be against cannabis, he was in the military, that whole thing, looked towards cannabis for a cure for his daughter. Well, like I said, she was having 300 plus seizures a day. And she was down to 1. I don't know how long the treatments were. I don't know, how long it took, but I mean, right there's your proof. What more do we need to say to make the government realize that we want this medicine? We need this medicine. I come from a family who has, I guess you can say we have a cancerous history. If I get too sick and I get cancer, I want to live. I don't want to put poison in my body. I watched my mother go through her chemo and the radiation treatments, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was the most horrible thing I've ever had to watch anybody go through. And especially for anybody who knows my mother, knew that she was a very mind-strong person. She was a trooper. I mean, just an amazing woman. And just to watch what that did to her. No, I don't want to see anybody. I have a friend now whose mother is, going through the chemo. And, there's the good days and the bad days. And, I haven't seen her, and, he says she's doing good. But, there's the perfect candidate. This is a woman that's never done drugs her whole life, and is against them, from what I believe. I could be wrong, but whatever the case may be, she's a perfect candidate. There's just so many things, and I'm not going to linger on it right now. It's just so much information out there that just points all to really, really good things about it. And I mean, there's so many people out there that need it more than the people that want it. So, another thing I do want to discuss is our show here, Talk Shit. We're gonna try and keep the cameras rolling as much as we can. I have a pilot show coming out that's, just basically what you see here, but, we had a couple co-hosts come in and talk to us, so to give you an idea, a little more content. We do encourage anybody to get on to Facebook, and it's Facebook, let's see, facebook.com/TalkShitTV show, and drop us a like and drop a suggestion to us, and we'll go ahead and we'll attack it, so to speak. We'll try and address whatever subjects you might want us to address. Our motto is "There's nothing and no one is safe." That's that's pretty much what Talk Shit's about. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it a night here. It's a shorty, but here again, like I said, we're just testing the waters and seeing how things are going, and trying to build up our audience. We hope everybody enjoys what we're doing here, and I hope you remember that it's up to you and everybody else out there to change the way people think, the way people act, and with our generation and the children of our generation, we're going to be the ones to do it. And that's Talk Shit for right now. I appreciate everybody who has tuned in or might have listened to it. You should be available. This should be available to listen to on